God. Sorry, people, we're it. We're it tonight.
She's it.
She's the it girl.
Yes.
Tell me my shoes.
Should we ask one? We'll ask one more question, and then I won't say the words of the other gal from Star Trek.
Oh, I won't say that.
She's so weird. One last question.
Hi, Amanda. Hi, Rick. It's so great to see you two on stage. My question is of your post-activism. You're doing on the 3rd of June an online event for mental health, Amanda. I think that's really awesome. And I just wanted to know how that came about and if there are any further events like that. And for Rick, are you planning on any Sea Shepherds events or going on a ship or anything else? And if there are no plans, is there anything you would like to do?
Well, I'll just speak quickly to the mental health. So the companion and I had a conversation over a year ago about things that mattered to me, and one of them was mental health. And part of it was born of the fact that sci-fi fandom is so incredibly supportive and connected. And so many people around the world have made friends through my experience through Stargate, but obviously through other shows, and how essential that connection was, especially at times when people were feeling really, really horrible. And so I said, I think that especially given the last 3 years in the pandemic and isolation and lack of connection and lack of events like this, that I thought it was just really important to check in and make sure that we were all okay, because we're not all okay. I mean, this new normal has been a big adjustment, and as somebody who, my eldest brother was, before he passed, was paranoid schizophrenic, and I saw firsthand what mental health, how it affected families, community, and so it's a subject very near and dear to my heart, and I felt like I just wanted to connect and just talk about it, so that it wasn't so taboo, and so that we could say, like your beautiful comment up there before, about how important certain things can be to help keep you grounded and keep you here. And it's just a rambling. It's an important topic to me, and I think it's really important that we feel that connection, and that's what it was born of. So.
I think this is going to sound a little bit negative. It's probably going to sound a lot of it negative. Sea Shepherd and Captain Paul Watson parted ways. Paul was essentially kicked out. Sea Shepherd wanted to soften their image a little bit. Paul had a reputation for being quite confrontational. If you think ramming ships is confrontational.
I don't.
And he was asked to leave. He is, I love Paul a lot, but he has an ego. If you're watching this anywhere, Paul, you do. But, so he has started the Captain Paul Watson Foundation,
Yeah.
which is a separate entity from Stargate. Seagate, not Sea Shepherd. Sea Shepherd is still thriving and working their campaigns and such. Paul just acquired his first ship for his foundation, and he's soliciting contributions like he did with Stargate, but it's, you know what I mean, with Sea Shepherd, but it's kind of, I don't know how many of you even know about Sea Shepherd and Paul Watson's foundation, but it's kind of a tough call. Like, do you donate to both? that would be ideal. But some people feel as though they've been made to make a choice. And so far, I've fallen on the side of Sea Shepherd as the established entity. I still don't know the details of what their policy is and what their platform is, and when they go out and have confrontations. Paul, you all can pretty much figure out what he's still about, which is fine. It's worked in the past, but I think he's got to soften some edges. It turns people off. Some people it excites, and well, I don't know what else to say about that, but I'll put a word in for both sides, because I'm chicken and a coward, but that's kind of what's going on there. The merchandise is much better at Sea Shepherd. Better t-shirts.
Because we said we'd do 4 more, so now it's 2 more, please. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Don't let her push you around like that.
Thanks for all the stuff you
She's
do.
gonna put me on her head, so you have, it's great.
She can push me around.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Want another question? Yeah? Yeah? Oh.
Dead.
I'd just like to say thank you very much to both of you for giving us this opportunity to actually meet to greet you, at least at a distance with a microphone.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. And I would also just like to reiterate how big an influence both of you have been, and Stargate and Whole, on all of our lives. Me personally, I served in the military and then went on to do astrophysics. And actually, I heard that you, when you were reading your lines, you didn't just read the lines or learn the lines. You actually did your best effort to learn what it meant. I wanted to hear more about that, and if you got anything funny and how interesting it might have been or something like that.
Blessedly, they gave all of that stuff you're referring to her. And to her, I mean the smart one. But yeah, I had it easy. I was reactionary. And part of it was because I didn't have an attention span, much as you've observed today. Picking microphones apart and picking my head, looking at my hair. How is it? But anyway, she had the hard part.
I took it very seriously. I didn't want to just spout words. I wanted to understand it. So I studied brief history of time. I read a lot of Stephen Hawking. I read a lot of Neil deGrasse Tyson, and I just was like, I'm going to learn this. And then what I would do is break it down into layman's terms, and then explain it to my husband. And if he understood it, then I was like, we're good. And then come to set, and it meant something. It came from, and because there were so many lines, I had to, it only connected for me if I knew what I was saying. Could I personally blow up a sun now? I think it's the red button, but but yeah, it was important to me to really connect to the material, and it made Sam Carter far more exciting to play because I understood what she was talking about. So absolutely, it was essential. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And she's clearly...
I think we have one more left, yeah?
This is it. Make it
Hello,
good.
you're it.
Don't
Close
forget.
us big.
All right, this question is for both of you, but first of all, I just want to say, when I was a kid, I called up to my parents' bed to watch MacGyver when I was 9, every Monday at 8. That was when it was broadcast in Israel. And what really struck me was the purring kindness of this guy. And it wasn't just MacGyver, it was you, Richard. And down comes the question, In every character that you play, there's something out of you. What feature or quality or characteristic do you think comes out in both of you in your characters?
Both of my characters, or?
Both of you, both Amanda and Richard.
I don't know.
And that's it.
Now, I referenced this earlier about my own self-assessment. I've had a lot of time off. I think a lot, too much. Being very as rational, objective as I can be. I'm not that great an actor, so I can't tap into a process or a process. And so I base a lot of my action, reaction, any internal work I do, it's done as Richard with a sheep's clothing on. Wait, I didn't mean sheep. Ass, that's what I meant, ass clothing. So that's, you know, you do see a lot of my personality interwoven to somebody else's words. Interwoven? Other people's words in a different costume. Because of course I thought it was a costume. Well, that's just
Costume drama. I think that Sam and I grew up together. And I've said this before, but I think that we came into our own as women together. I am an incredibly... loyalty, I think, is something that is really important to me, and it was very important to Sam. A little bit of a sense of humor, and an earnestness that I have always had. An eagerness to please. Why are you guys laughing? What is going on?